is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive a new 2025 RDX for $419 a month during our 17th anniversary sale.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvietto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orviettosawards.com. Orvietto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 Acura MDX during our 17th anniversary sale.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
Friends, Romans, and countrymen, epic deals await you at Toyota of Hollywood. You don't have to battle to get discounts of up to $4,500. Your chariot awaits. A Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our arena where everyone is victorious at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Slomin Shield Link, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Slomin Shield Link. Be the maestro of your own home.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive a new Acura ZDX, $439 a month during our 17th anniversary sale.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rheaume. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rheaume can help.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
righty. Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome aboard. It is a beautiful Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. We are here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. We'll be out here for a couple of hours. My man Eric Stampone is going to come by and hang out with us. This is day number 18,880 since the Miami Dolphins lifted the Vince Lombardi Trophy. It is day number 8,664 since the Canes were a national title winner, and it is 93 straight days that Bitcoin is over $100,000. Those are the streaks that we are following. Anyway, welcome aboard. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there as we get a little closer to Monday night. Damn, Monday night. Let's torture the country with Jets Dolphins Monday night. They can't even. This is the competition committee. It has got a job to do now. I mean, you might have to start thinking about flexing even earlier in the season now. I'm just saying, Jets Dolphins, it's kind of irresponsible on a Monday night. It's kind of the cure for insomnia. Is that what we're doing to people? Do we have did the government capture a bunch of terrorists or something? We're trying to torture them, so we're going to force them to watch Jets Dolphins on Monday night. I mean, they'll give us all the info. They'll give up all their sleeper cells. Just saying, it'll work. It'll work. But the competition committee has got a job to do now. Should we start flexing already in week 4? Because look what we did this year to the people. Jets, Dolphins. Plus, as a Dolphin, do I really want the nation to see us? No. I know, but they're seeing us too much. I was wondering, I wondered all offseason, what was the NFL thinking? What were some of our writers thinking? What were some of you all thinking? I'm looking around going, this team is terrible. How are they going to be good? And wow, so we'll torture the country. The more, the unmerrier on Monday. And the competition committee will have to start thinking about flexing even in week 4. By week 2, you go, well, wait a minute, hold on a second. Those teams look pretty bad. Maybe week 4, we start flexing people out. And we could have gone to a quiet Sunday at 1 o'clock amongst the other 10 games, 12 games going on, and we don't have to we can hide. You know what I'm saying? I like it that way. I don't need to advertise how bad we are. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like to keep it under the radar. If we're really good, hey man, showcase us. Put us on the Canes. They can't be on enough nationally televised games. The Dolphins, I don't want them on any nationally televised games. And it's not because we've got to work them too on top of all of that, because Monday now we have 3 more shows to do. So that's the thing, huh? We don't work Saturday and Sunday, but they screw us for Monday and Tuesday. Wait, we get to sleep Tuesday. We get a later show because we're at Hialeah. That is a break. I got a break there. I gotta admit that's a break because I do get to rest the voice a little bit.
Jeff from Long Island said, I forgot there is an 8 o'clock game, so they did protect themselves a little bit.
Oh no, I know they have. It's 2 games. There
is the other game.
So
I don't even know who that game is. I haven't looked.
I haven't even looked.
I don't know if that's any better, but
I'll be too big. We'll be working.
Yeah, at least you can change channels if you don't have to watch.
Right, yeah, but we'll be working. I'll be watching the entire Dolphins-Jets game and then obviously doing the post-game show. So I won't really enjoy the other game. I'll just give you the score, and if I can see a highlight or 2 or something, but I won't be able to really watch the game because you're working. You're actually following everything going on in our game. You know what I mean? So, but it's interesting how maybe flexing can already start in week 4. They should already flex us out of any of the
other games that we have left. They can't flex us out of Madrid, but everything else they can. The Madrid one's really good, right? Isn't that one of those 9 a.m. games here? Is that what that is here? Great. Only a few people are up. Nobody on the West Coast is watching it. It's great. Nobody knows. That's fantastic. At least less people will watch the Madrid game. But, they should probably kick us out of all the other games. It's probably a service to fans, period. But, hey, it is what it is. Good morning. We are ready to rock and roll here for a couple of hours here at Subaru Pembroke Pines. If you want to come on by and say hi, it's at 16100 Pines Boulevard. Come on out here right off of I-75 and Pines. And, of course, Subaru Pembroke Pines. South Florida's home for Subaru savings. And right now, the lot is overflowing. And we've got great offers on the Crosstrek and the Outback. And right now, no payments until 2026. That's right. You can drive away today, not make a payment until next year. Take the Crosstrek on the next adventure. Lease it right now for $197 a month with symmetrical all-wheel drive and built-in safety technology. Or you can step into the Outback, folks. Just $247 a month to lease. And you're going to love it, man. $247 a month, financing as low as 0.9% financing. And, of course, mention us. You will get the Big O special, which is $500 off. That is awesome. So take advantage of it here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Okay. By the way, since I am a dog lover, one of the things that I love about this specific dealership is they focus on doggies. And if you are a dog lover, Subaru of Pembroke Pines is hosting their annual Dog Appreciation and Adoption party on Sunday, October 12th, 2025, from 12 to 2 p.m. here at the dealership. You can bring the bring the family for food, for treats, pet adoptions, contests, and more. If you want to take part in it, come on by. Call Subaru of Pembroke Pines, 754-799-4129. That's 754-799-4129. Our annual Dog Appreciation and Adoption Party. I like it. And if you can adopt, that is the best. The best. There's nothing like taking an adopted dog home because it is just like so happy to finally have a home, man. And it's just it's a beautiful thing. We've adopted 4 times already, so I will do it over and over and over and over again. I will never stop since I started adopting dogs. So do it. There's a lot of doggies out there that need a home and need a little love. So I like that they're doing that here. Ty in the Bronx, thank you for the love on the super chat, sir. Ty in the Bronx says Dolphins really need a heart transplant. Big O, shaking my head. Yeah, but it's 45 years of that. They've never been a clutch, tough team for a long, long time. This has just been going on forever, and it doesn't matter who the coach is, who the players are. The Dolphins have always been, really bad in big moments, and usually a team that folds when you punch them in the mouth. It's always been like that. Ever since you can remember, that's what the Dolphins have been for 45 years. So it's a sad part, but it's the reality. Don't forget also, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donations. And of course, at the same time, you can send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of stuff. Bitcoin is rocketing up right now. It is at 113,704. So this thing was farting around 111, high 111s to 112, and now it's trying to get to 114. We'll see. I mean, September is notorious for not being a really good month. And you know what? Let me get into Since R&M Contractors does a great job sponsoring all of our crypto segments, I might as well talk about it right now and get into it, because there are a couple of things going on. And Bitcoin, again, like I told you, 113,000 right now. And in crypto overall, Bitcoin is up about 0.75%. And Ethereum is barely up. It's at 4,186. The rest of the crypto market is either slightly in the red or slightly in the green, barely, that kind of stuff. Nothing's really tearing up except Aster, of course, which has been tearing for a while now. But anyway, and as for the markets right now, the Dow is in the red and 9 points down. The S&P is down almost 4 points, and the NASDAQ is down 0.75 point. Now, the thing that is, like I told you, September is kind of like an iffy month usually for Bitcoin. Sometimes it'll be green, but it won't be a monster green, and a lot of times it'll be a red month, and it hasn't been so far a great month. But now we're going to get into October. The U.S. continues to buy their debt up. So they are printing like crazy. The U.S. M2 money supply right now hit a record $22.2 trillion. So as they print, you're going to see, as gold is rising, you're going to see Bitcoin, you're going to see other types of assets start to rise. Scott Bessent, Trump's right-hand man when it comes to the money, he was quoted as saying, we're going into an easing cycle. So they've been quantitative tightening for years now, raising the rates and keeping everything tight. Now they're starting to lower the rates. There's a 90-something% chance that they're going to lower again in October, and we're headed for another cut also in December. And I think the markets right now are baking in that cut already in October. And the fact that he's talking about easing, that means they're talking about printing, because that's all they could ever do. Look what's going on with Argentina and Millie, and now they're looking for a bailout, and Millie's trying to get a $200 billion loan here to try to keep him alive over there, but he's going to lose his presidency over there too, because he's not really making the impact that he said he was going to make, like they all say they're going to make. All they do is just keep bearing everywhere. It doesn't matter. I can just talk about all kinds of different countries, and I can tell you about a lot of the issues in different ones, just like ours. So assets will rise now because fiat currency is dying, and all they can do is water it down and print it, and that's exactly what they're going to do. And as people get more money, they're going to stash their money somewhere in assets, because if they leave it in cash, it dies. You buy less and less and less. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think I've said for years, don't have a bank account, have a Bitcoin account. It's just one grows, the other one doesn't. It's pretty simple. You know what I mean? The other one dies every day. Every day you buy less and less and less and less, because everything goes up and up and up and up. Just kind of the way it goes. Meat prices are going through the roof. There's everything is going up. And that means your money's buying less. So with Bitcoin, you end up buying more. Not that I'm a financial advisor, not that this is financial advice, but there you go. And we love the folks at R&M Contractors. Ray, big Bitcoin guy. If you're looking to completely remodel your place, home, condo, by the way, because not everybody works on condos, kitchen upgrades, waterproofing for your terrace, your balcony. Even if your home has a second floor and all that, you want waterproofing because you don't want water going down to your neighbor if you're in a condo or a townhouse, and you don't want it going down to your first floor either. You want it kind of trapped, and then being able to, also drain it. So flood test reports, all of that, impact windows and door installations. We haven't been hit by a storm, but God forbid we get hit by a storm. You want to be as prepared as possible. Bathroom upgrades, floor restorations. Call our friends at R&M Contractors at 305-345-3649 and follow them on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. That's RMC Fisher Island. Love to hear Scott Besson say we are going into an easing cycle. Print, baby, print. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lagerhop says, why don't they print the numbers on the keyboard to pay off debt? Money was never there to begin with. Fractional reserve system. You just can't erase it, dude. You know, like people have bought your debt and you're paying them interest. It's not that simple, dude. You know. Lucas says, Big O, what do you think the Finns do with Jalen Phillips? Trade, franchise, or re-sign? Lucas, can we wait till the season's over? This is why, and I get it, dude. The world is full of hypotheticals and lazy radio and lazy. Do we know did Jalen Phillips finish the season healthy and with 10, 12 sacks, 15 sacks? Did he finish with 6 sacks? Did he get injured again? I don't know, dude. I got to wait till the end of the season to actually make an intelligent and thoughtful, suggestion on all of this and an opinion. I can't make one right now in week 4 when the season hasn't been played out yet. It's ridiculous. If he gets injured, then I know that I don't even tag him. If he can survive the season and play well, then I tag him for 1 year. Extension is not even a talk. I need to see a couple of years. I need to see him healthy for this year and healthy for the year you tag him. And you tag him with the lesser tag too, transition or some shit. You don't go crazy because he's injury prone. But right now, it's a waste of time talking about Jalen Phillips when the entire season has to be played. That's how terrible Dolphin talk is. And I get it, dude. All these guys that are fans and talk Dolphin, this is the kind of bullshit that they come up with. But, it's just, I just don't like to deal with this stuff when it means nothing whatsoever. It's a waste of time. And anybody talking about Jalen Phillips now, it's silly. It's silly. Makes no sense whatsoever. Mark Butler Sr. Greer needs to be fired. Hire Alonzo Highsmith from Green Bay as our next GM. NorCal says Monday Night Football should cut everyone that watches a check, NFL stimulus check. Let's see. Lewis, hello, Big O. If the Dolphins finish the year with a top 5 pick, do you think the Dolphins would take another QB while having Tua on the roster? Don't know. How did Tua play for the rest of the year? Is he injured? Is he healthy? Is everything good? Is everything bad? You guys want to ask questions when there are no answers. So until I actually have legit answers, is there a quarterback worth taking top 5? I don't even know that yet. The year that they took Tua and Herbert was there, you know who I wanted? Tristan Wirfs. Go back and check the video. I gave the Dolphins the benefit of the doubt because Tua can't pass. But you got to set the right offense around him, which they have failed for years now. Okay? But I would have taken Tristan Wirfs, who I know he's injured right now, but up until this offseason, he's had a Hall of Fame career. He's been he's one of the 3 best left tackles in football, period. End of story. Okay? But that's how it is. So how do I know what the top 5 is next year? I have no idea. And so these are questions, and I'm sorry, but they're silly questions at this point because there's nothing factual to make a real, opinion on. And I get it, dude. That's the lazy stuff they do at QAM. You know what I mean? The ones that do talk sports, but that's not the kind of stuff that I do or, podcasters out there and all that kind of stuff because they've got to come up with stuff to talk about. Just, Not my thing. Not my thing. Sweet baby Ray, Achua is back. Now sign Dragic to the front office and keep Lowry at Acura Pembroke Pines. Full circle moment. There you go. There you go. We might see Lowry on Friday. Yeah. So Kyle Lowry might make an appearance on Friday when we're at Acura Pembroke Pines. So that is always a possibility. Sweet baby Ray knows he's a veteran. Frankie Fresco, good morning to you, sir. Just want to point something out. This team is stuck with Tua until 2026, so firing McDaniel this season and bringing a new coach is a revolving door for the reason Mike stays. No, not really. You could bring in the new coach, and he knows he just has to deal with it one more year, and then you move on. So that's actually not true. And the coach is getting a guaranteed contract, and he knows the first year it's kind of a wash year where you're trying to get players out that don't fit your system and all that. The whole crap that we've been through over and over again, they can do that next year. So that's actually not true. They're only going through this because they extended him. That's all. That's the only reason we're going through this. So they don't look like complete idiots for extending him and then getting rid of him before even the season started. So they need to see it suffer as much, and then they'll get rid of him. But they'll get rid of him. Don't worry. Don't worry. Pat in Nashville says, I got a Reuben at Cat's Deli in New York City last week. It was $30. Unreal. Great sandwich, but damn. $30 for a sandwich, bro. Like I said, one shrinks, the other one grows. I can only tell you, one currency has Viagra, the other one doesn't. The other one is just like a raisin. So if you want to tie your money and keep it in the bank to your little dollars, you go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and keep the incredible shrinking dollar around. And don't convert it to a Bitcoin. What can I tell you? I can only lead a horse to water. It's up to you to drink it. So what can I do? Chad says, Big O, hear me out. If he can somehow get Derrick Henry, can we still win the Super Bowl? Asking for a friend. Juan Mendoza says, if we do get a top 5 pick, I would trade down to acquire more assets for next year, drafting and assuming Greer is going to stay, since it seems that way. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen. So Tristan Wirfs added more years to Tom Brady's career. That's how good he was. Tristan Wirfs is a monster. Absolute monster. Lagerhop says XLM and Stellar buy. Yeah, that was for the last cycle, my brother. That's at this point, the people that get in now are getting in a little higher than they could have gotten earlier. But yes, I know about XLM Stellar, and it's a decent project. There's no doubt about it. It's going to give XRP a little run for its money. So yes, I know about lumens. What else do we have? Urban Poseidon says, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Christopher Ike from Arizona. Thank you for tuning in, Christopher. Please smash the hell out of the like button. Come on, man. We got 148 watching and 58 have hit the like button. So you know what that means. Right now, you guys can make that counter go to 100. Easily 42 of you have not hit the like button just to get us to 100, like right now. 42 of you have not hit. At least more than that. It's probably 100 of you that haven't hit. But I'm just saying, just to get us to 100 right now, to start a good starting place. There we go. We're at 67. I like it. I love it, man. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Very nice of you. Give us a little love. Get the algorithms going. More people will find out about it. So if they love the Dolphins or the Canes or the Heat or Inter Miami, or hey, well, I get to watch. Sean, am I going to watch a Marlins game for the first time this year? Wow, I'm only going to watch if they're in the playoffs. Oh, no. They're not making it? They're not. You sure about that?
I think they're 3 games out with 6 to go.
Oh, okay. All right. And they got a bunch of teams that got to jump and all that too?
There's quite a few, but the Mets apparently were in forever, and there's been a lot of collapses going on in Major League Baseball.
Okay. No, I'm excited because I hadn't seen a baseball game all year, and I'm thinking I might end up watching one Marlin game or two there if they get to the playoffs.
Maybe, but they're going to play the Dodgers.
And by the way,
the team that wins that battle plays the Dodgers in the first round.
No, if they make it, it's like making the World Series with that roster. So, McCullough's done a hell of a job.
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched it, but he's done a hell of a job.
Our last 2 coaches have been great. It's just the talent that they get to be with.
Right, exactly. I know what they're doing over there. They're doing Moneyball without money again.
Yeah, that's it. You see what happened with the Tigers?
That's what the Red Sox go. Okay, we'll steal that, but we'll add money to Moneyball, what you guys are doing in Oakland. And, okay, Billy, you want to stay there? No problem. We'll just steal what you're doing, and we'll add money to it, and we'll win. And that's exactly what but we do. We have money-less ball here is what we have here.
We have change ball.
Right. Spare change ball.
Did you see what happened with the Tigers and the Guardians? I know you don't watch a lot of baseball.
No, I didn't.
It popped up on my timeline. They had an 11-game lead on September 4th. So 20 days ago.
Right.
They were 11 games ahead of the Guardians.
Nice.
Last night, the Guardians won.
They took the lead?
They tied them, but they have the tiebreaker because they won last night. Tonight, they play again. But in 20 days, they made up 11 games.
That's a collapse. That's a collapse.
It went back to July. They had a 15-game lead, but I looked at it as 11 games in 20 days. That's a collapse.
I mean, I haven't watched one pitch. I was hoping to actually watch them, because everybody's talking of the Marlins like they're going to the playoffs. I'm going, okay, well then, and I was excited because they would have made the 3A graphics sports calendar for the first time.
That would have been amazing.
They've never been on the 3A graphics sports calendar, and they never probably will. But I'm just saying, if they would have made the playoffs, I would have been forced to watch, get on the bandwagon, because that's what I'm doing. Hey, man, they don't spend any money. I'm not going to spend any time or effort or money or emotions. So if they make the playoffs, hey, I'll watch. What the hell? What the hell? So I was excited. I thought I was going to, but you're telling me I'm not going to be able to watch a Marlins game.
Maybe. Let me see if anybody said anything. I don't pay attention enough. I just saw the numbers.
Yeah.
So, but the interesting thing is I get MLB TV for free with T-Mobile. I've watched more baseball on X getting those little things than I have the whole season watching Major League Baseball TV. But I have it just in case.
I watch when the playoffs roll around, I'll watch the playoffs. That's for sure. I'll watch the playoffs in the World Series like I always do. But the regular season, I have no interest in watching whatsoever because my team does not care. So when they get to the playoffs, then I'll bother to care a little bit. You know what I mean? If they get there. Okay. Let's see. Juan says Carson Beck is going to be a first-round pick the way it's looking. One bad game against the UF defense does not lower his worth in my eyes. He's all right. He's not a franchise quarterback. I'm not looking at him that way. So, he might get drafted, but I don't want him for the Dolphins, if that's what you're asking. Yes, sir.
I think historically, too, he hasn't played his greatest against the Gators, even when he was at Georgia.
Yeah, he had 3 interceptions last year against the Gators. Yeah, the Gators defense is excellent, so I'm not going to blame him specifically, overall for everything. But Carson Beck is a good college quarterback. But when I'm thinking about the NFL, I'm not really thinking about Carson Beck being like this difference maker at the next level. Just not. It's not my thing. Yes, sir?
No, I was going to say, if anybody knew how to defend against Carson Beck, it would have been the Gators.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Alan Blanco, if you're looking for custom printing and embroidery, please call him 786-618-1443. Tonight, Inter Miami back in action. The Spitter has returned. Suarez is back. Yeah, man, it's been 3 games, and he is back, and Inter Miami will visit NYCFC. They are the 4th place team on the table right now with 53 points. Inter Miami is the 5th place team with 52 points. The game will be at 7:30 tonight there on Apple. If you want to watch it, make sure you wear some kind of protective shield because I don't know. Can he spit through a screen? If anybody can spit through a screen, it's probably Suarez, so be careful. Saturday at 3:30, the unbeaten Fort Lauderdale United, 2nd team in the Gainbridge standings, they are visiting Brooklyn FC at 3:30. All right. And by the way, if you missed it, Shea Allen, the defender from Fort Lauderdale United, joined us on Monday. Check the interview out. It's posted on our page here on YouTube, and we got it on social media. You can find it, all that, and get a preview and meet Shea and get a preview for the Brooklyn game. By the way, speaking of Brooklyn, that's when we're going to be there. Our next broadcast there will be November 1st at Beyond Bankcard Field when they take on Brooklyn at 7:30 November 1st. Friday at 7 o'clock, Miami FC will visit NCFC, North Carolina FC. That'll be at 7 o'clock. The Miami Heat, they have signed Precious Achiuwa, the forward that they drafted a few years back. They signed him to a 1-year deal. They had a spot on the 15-man roster, and he ends up filling it. They were $1.6 million under the luxury threshold. They are now slightly over, but they have time to kind of get back under. We'll see. The Giants, by the way, are benching Russell Wilson and will start Jackson Dart, their rookie quarterback. And the Miami Dolphins, they are hosting the Jets on Sunday, and the Dolphins are favored by 2.5. The over and under is 45. Jets plus 125, Dolphins minus 150. Tight end Darren Waller is expected to make his Dolphin debut. Now it will be on limited snaps. Okay? Don't expect Storm Duck or Richard Marshall, the corners, to play in the game. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Yes.
The Dayball move, desperation to keep his job.
Oh, yeah. But see, here's my problem now. I have a problem with Dayball because he may ruin Jackson Dart. I don't even know if Jackson Dart can play or not, but I can't trust him to have success because look what Daniel Jones is doing.
That's exactly where I was heading.
You know what I mean? And so all of a sudden, if the guy in Indy knows how to work with quarterbacks like the guy in Minnesota, I've got to question you now. So I'm not a Giants fan, and I don't care, but I see the mistreatment of quarterbacks all around the league, how people don't know how to really support them, and then they put them in positions where they're going to fail. And I've seen this since I was a kid, and I've watched this with Steve Young, and I've watched it with Steve Bartkowski, and I've watched it with all kinds of players, and we've seen it with Geno Smith, and we've talked about this. So that's my problem with this quarterback change, is that everything is being all the blame is being placed on Russell. And while Russell is not the quarterback that he used to be at Seattle, dude, I will agree with everybody on that. Okay, he definitely doesn't have the same mojo around him like he used to in Seattle. So that's a given. But I got to go with everything else that I've seen. Nobody succeeds with Daboll. It's kind of like what I see with our guy here. No, like Tua succeeding with McDaniel was just, it was in spite of McDaniel, not because of McDaniel. And if it was because of McDaniel, he would have gotten the best out of everybody else that's played and filled in for him, and he doesn't. So it shows you that he's really the problem. I saw Perk put out like, well, if Greer and McDaniel didn't win with more talent, how do you expect them to win with less? And I put exactly, you know what I mean? And it's not so much Greer because Greer gave him more talent the last 2 years and he didn't win. So for me, it was like, yeah, that's why. And it's funny that he said that because he's the guy that thought they were going to win 9 games and go to the playoffs. And I'm like, and when he was telling me that during the post-game show, I was like looking at the screen like, how? Like, what? You know what I mean? So that is my problem with all of this. Baker Mayfield was dying in Cleveland, and it was looking bad for him. He wasn't playing well and all that, and now look at him in Tampa Bay. I just think that quarterbacks need the right environment in order to succeed. That's just the way it is. And if you don't give them the right environment, i.e. Dan Marino, look at him with Don Shula, and then look at him with Jimmy Johnson. That's all you need to do. Go look at those two. Go look at the two, and that's Dan Marino. That's Dan Marino that we're talking about. So take away Irving Fryer and take away Kirby and take away Byers and take away the audibles, and then all of a sudden, wow, he's not as effective and he's a little more limited. And oh yeah, exactly, because you've limited him. And these are things that it's every quarterback, no matter how good you are, even the great ones like Marino can be shortchanged by the head coach in the front office or the second head coach that was pretty much sabotaging him. And that's why when I see this change with Jackson Dart, I'm like, well, I don't know if I can judge Jackson Dart. I don't know. Because if he's terrible, is he terrible because of Dable? Or is he terrible because he's terrible? I'm not sure, because now I'm watching Sam Darnold resurrect his career, and look at Carson Wentz now. Will Minnesota have Carson Wentz playing well again? I don't know. It's really screwed up when we look around the league and guys go to other places and they find themselves. And all of a sudden, oh no, that guy was a terrible quarterback. Well, maybe he's not that bad. Maybe it's where he came from. And that's why he's bad. Watch, as I've said many times, you're a lot of you that are young, but watch Steve Young when he goes to Tampa. He's screwed, Chicago, the Bears, the Jets, now the Giants, the Browns, and the Dolphins. Quarterbacks go to die there. All these franchises have proven over and over again. The Giants, as of now, they used to know how to do it, actually. They used to know how to compliment their quarterbacks. Now they don't know how to do it anymore, and I got to blame Dable for that. I just have to.
Some of the chat are pointing out, too, that Josh Allen, he's gotten better since Daboll's left, as far as...
And Dorsey.
Yeah.
So let's, because we have the UM fans that they wanted Ken Dorsey practically to be a head coach. You know what I mean? So that's a great point on Josh Allen. He's gotten better now without those guys. You're right. That's a great point. I'm just saying and by the way, Josh Allen has an offensive line that hasn't missed a play in 2 years. You think that doesn't compliment your quarterback? Any quarterback. You have an offensive line that not a lineman has missed a down for 2 years. Let me repeat that again. Josh Allen's offensive linemen have not missed a snap in 2 years. 1 week, they gave them the week off because that's the only time they got off because it was all clinched. There was nothing to do. So they gave them a week off. Those guys have not missed a down. Like, when does that happen? That's the ultimate complimenting your quarterback. That your 5 guys line up for every play. for a couple years, yeah, that's going to help your quarterback play better. So it's kind of how it goes, man. So the change now at QB in the Giants, I have a hard time judging it because if you don't have good coaching, I don't know if Jackson Dart's good or not. No idea. No idea. We'll see. Maybe he can succeed in spite of them. That would be good at times. F the call for a blackout. Just don't watch it then. No one is putting a gun to your head to watch the Dolphins play. Who's, why is somebody saying? No, isn't it already sold out? Yeah, there's
and also, I'm thinking you must have said Sunday at some point for the Dolphins game.
Oh, Monday it is.
Yeah. Because somebody is like, they moved it good.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, it's Monday, whatever. Mitch says a couple of years ago, Tua was known for throwing a pass, hitting the right between the numbers. When was the last time you saw him do that? Certainly not this year. Happens, dude. People play bad, and he's in a bit of a funk. He forgot how to play. That's what it is. I can't wait for him to leave, bro. It'll be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to Tua getting cut, traded, leave, whatever it is by after next season, because obviously they're stuck with him through next year. Look forward to him. Hopefully, what I want is for him to leave in one piece, obviously, and see if he can go somewhere else. Because obviously here they don't know how to compliment a quarterback anyway. So it's not like any quarterback ever succeeds here. Marino failed here. So, and with Shula, failed. Choked in every big moment, never won anything that mattered, just put up some stats. Proved to everybody he was great, but he didn't win anything. Anything. And in big moments, his team got dogged. So, and he's a freak. You're not going to get those. Those happen once in a blue moon, and we got ours, and we ruined it. So I want him to leave. I can't wait for Tua to leave. It'll be perfect that way. Because hey, dude, we'll get a better quarterback. We always do. I'm so confident that they'll get a better quarterback. Yeah. I mean, all our quarterbacks are leading the league in yards and touchdowns and completion percentage and all. They're in the MVP race. That used to, in between Marino and Tua, we had quarterbacks like that, right? Yeah, all the time. All the time, dude. All the time. Yep. But hey, he forgot how to play, so let's get rid of him. I hope they bench him. I'd love to see him bench for 2 years and just play all the other guys. And that's it. Because they'll all do better. I mean, look at the team they have, the leadership, the offensive coordinator / head coach. Doesn't matter who starts, bro. They're all going to play way better than Tua. And they're going to win so many games for us and lead us to the playoffs and everything. I mean, life before Tua was so good. We had great quarterbacks, one after the other. I'm with you guys, man. I can't wait for them to get rid of Tua. I hate the fact that we have to stay with Tua this year and next year. It's terrible, bro. We should get to Zach Wilson and Ewers already. Seriously, we really need to get to Zach Ewers and Zach Ewers. Yeah, that's even better. We're going to put them together and make one of them. I like it. I just figured it out. Zach Ewers. That's it. Can't wait. So I'm looking forward for Tua to being the hell out of here, dude. So what else do we have? Just because an O-line hasn't missed a couple of games doesn't make them good. Tyrone, are you stupid or something? I'm not even going to read the rest of your statement because it's so stupid. If you're playing for 2 straight years in the NFL, you're not good. You're freaking awesome. They don't play you just because you're healthy. I mean, Tyrone, dude, like, you're better off not commenting because then people know how stupid you are. If you're playing 2 straight years and you're going, to the playoffs and winning playoff games, and your running back is rushing for a ton of yards the last couple of years, and you don't miss a down, that means that all 5 of them are really, really good, dude. They're not playing 5 guys by accident. Gee, some of you out there, really, seriously, you're better off just watching and listening. Tyrone, dude, you're better off just watching and listening. Don't talk, because then people will find out you're stupid. Don't open your mouth, bro. People will find out you're dumb. Just because they're playing for 2 straight years doesn't mean they're good. Really? In the NFL, we can't find a lineman to play 1 good game. Eichenberg has to be on the floor half the time. He's a break dancer more than he's a lineman. Where's the stupid chat? Because that is as stupid as a chat as it gets.
Stupid chat. Stupid chat. Stupid chat. Run for cover. Grab the earmuffs. Hide the children. Our IQ is being sucked into a wormhole. Save your brain cells. Stupid chat. Stupid chat. Stupid chat.
I'm going to assume that Tyrone is a Dolphins fan. Can you imagine if 5 Miami Dolphin offensive linemen did not miss a snap for 2 years? Tyrone would have them all in the Ring of Honor. But meanwhile, if Buffalo does it, just because 5 linemen played together for 2 years, that doesn't mean they're good. No, not at all. No, not at all. Means nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Say no to drugs, Tyrone. Anthony Kyle Campos, thank you for the love in the super chat. Without 2 on this team, the Dolphins won't be able to beat USF. No. You've seen that without Tua, they look fantastic. They kill it, bro. The ball moves around, it flies around. They do it all, bro. No, don't do that, okay? All the Tua haters know that the team is terrible without Tua, okay? I'm sorry, great without Tua, terrible with Tua. No, that's not how it goes. In their minds, in Tyrone's mind, it's not like that. No. Tua never completes any passes. It's what he's done the last 3 weeks. This is who he is. That's it. It's who he is. It's who he's always been. That's it right there. No, don't say that, dude. Don't say that. We'll find many people that will play better than Tua. Not one, many. All the guys that came before Tua since Marino, they were all better. All better. Every single one of them was better than Tua. So you're wrong, buddy. Just want you to know there. Okay? You're wrong, Anthony. Thank you for the super chat, but you're wrong, buddy. Okay? We will find tons of guys. Sean can play better than Tua. Blindfolded. Ty in the Bronx, thank you for the super chat. Big O blind-ass fans. At it again, Big O. I know. Yeah, because linemen that play 2 straight years have not missed a down. That's not impressive. Not in the NFL. You can't be good. Nah, 2 straight years without missing a snap? Nah, it's lucky. They're all walking around with 4-leaf clovers and rabbit's feet. That's it. You think it's a bulge in their pants? No, it's a rabbit's foot. Yes, sir.
No, I was like, did you see what Tom Pelissero said about Daniel and Tua and Furones sent out? This was Furones' tweet. He said, valid points from Tom Pelissero here on the Rich Eisen Show. Relieving coach Mike McDaniel of criticism and instead placing blame on QB Tua limitations.
Right.
But McDaniel was at the forefront of Dolphins extending Tua. So I don't want to play it here, but Pelissero is saying that McDaniel's play is setting up the plays to what Tua can do. So
I can also say Pelissero's his buddy.
Yeah, but I put the only question I have to that is if Tua's the issue, what happened when Tua was out last season? If it's really that limitation.
Pelissero's a terrific reporter, but he has a relationship with Mike McDaniel. And so do a couple of the other guys, and so they won't criticize him because it's just exactly what you said. If McDaniel's a genius, then he's Kevin O'Connell, right? That every QB plays better under Kevin O'Connell. Well, then nobody plays well under Mike McDaniel. The only one that's been able to play somewhat well under Mike McDaniel has been Tua, because Mike McDaniel is a terrible head coach. It's pretty simple. That's the way it's supposed to be spun. You know what I mean? But again, this is what happens when you do things in a corporate setting and nobody challenges you. But you don't come on this platform and get away with that, and I'm just going to let you just slide. Because that's what I would have said to Pelissero at the same time. I said, well, why isn't he like Kevin O'Connell? Every quarterback plays well. How come it doesn't happen with Mike McDaniel? How come he had Huntley running Tua's offense until the fourth week, that when he started him running more? And I would have had Pelissero. But again, we have too much media that has no balls. And by the way, most of these national insiders, they don't have a goddamn opinion, dude. And he has no access to Tua. So nobody has access to Tua. So it's great. It's easy to take shots at Tua because he's not going to talk to you. He's not going to give you any insight. Haven't you noticed? Everybody's really nice on the beat to Mike McDaniel. They're not nice to Greer. Why? They have no access to Greer. Nothing. He doesn't talk to them whatsoever. They have to deal with McDaniel every day and the media relations. So once they go after the coach, then you also lose the coach and the media relations. And, so again, I find it totally odd that no one on the beat has said, why is Mike McDaniel still employed? Like I have. I just find it odd. And, so too much buddy stuff going on here is what's going on. So I'm going to stay with what we are. The Dolphins are like the Jets and like the Browns. They are places that quarterbacks go to die. And that's it. Okay? We didn't get Marino to the promised land, dude. Okay? That's bad. They couldn't get an offensive line, a running game, and a defense for Marino. Think about that. They had two guys on the left side that were phenomenal, and that's where it ended. And they never had a great running game, and they never had a great defense. So quarterbacks come to die now with the Giants. They die with the Jets. They die with the Browns, and they die with our Miami Dolphins. And if you don't want to face that, I'm sorry if you don't want to deal with reality. But reality is quarterbacks come to die here. And that's what's going on. Okay? And it doesn't matter who it is. They don't stand a chance here. The last time you complimented a quarterback, believe it or not, was the Wildcat. You have a limited quarterback in Chad Pennington, didn't have a strong arm, so you weren't going to win with his arm. And they weren't winning with his arm, and then they brought in the Wildcat. And the Wildcat kind of turned things around for them for a short time. Then once they figured it out, it was over. It was a fad. And then once they got to the playoffs, they had to count on his arm, which you couldn't, and it was over. They didn't really have a great defense either. They had a decent defense. It wasn't a great defense, but at least it was a decent defense. But the run game is what complemented him more than anything. And, he was smart with the football since he, didn't have a ton of weapons or whatever, but he took care of the football. But it was a run game. And that's not fully complementing, but at least you did something to offset and help the quarterback out. Every quarterback, outside of one or two of them, they all have some kind of limitation. And so you've got to offset all of that and complement them. But it is what it is. And we'll watch another quarterback die here like we have. And anybody that thinks that, starting Ewers or whatever, that's stupid. If you didn't fix the running game and you didn't fix the offensive line, and by the way, you have no defense, why would anybody else succeed here? If Marino couldn't do anything, why would anyone else succeed? Just saying. If Marino couldn't succeed, why would anyone else succeed? So, my pocket potato, Tua and the team showed what they can do with the 70 burger with the only game I can remember where the healthy, good lineman played. I mean, that's also things went well that day. Don't, those kind of moments, don't put too much into it and, and don't actually downplay it too much either, but it's nowhere where it was. It's usually somewhere in the middle of that. The 70 was just a fun game. That's all it was. 2 years ago? Wow. Today? Nice job. What else do we have? Jeff in Long Island. What about when they block for the running game? Just move on from your point. Oh, okay. You guys are talking to somebody else. Yeah. What else? It's technically 28, but I included the backups we have now. I hear what you're saying. No. All right. Anyway. Right. What else do we have that I wanted to talk about? So the Heat, by the way, signed Precious Achiuwa to a 1-year deal. Bobby Marks reported that the Heat had a spot open and they were 1.6 million under the threshold. They are now over. Ira reports that you got to remember that this contract also for Precious is non-guaranteed. So Precious can also get cut here too, and they can get under the luxury threshold, which I believe they will do everything possible. Maybe Rozier is something that they part ways with, and they can get under the luxury threshold with that. I don't know yet, but they are going to do whatever it takes to get under the threshold this time around. Why pay the tax and be a repeater and put yourself in that? Get the hell out of it. This team's going nowhere anyway. It would be the dumbest thing in the world to be a tax team with this club that can barely make a play-in game. Because really, that's going to be a successful season for the Miami Heat if they can get into the play-in, because they're a mediocre bunch. Spo has very little to work with unless these young guys turn into something special this season, and who knows. But this is not a good team. Expect them to make another move with this. They'll get under the luxury tax. They won't be a tax team, which they shouldn't be. That's stupid to do that. Leave yourself open from that. So that way, when you maybe down the line, if you have an opportunity to be really good, then you can become a tax team at that time. You don't want to become a repeater team at that point, and that's not good. So expect that to happen too in basketball. Tyler Hero out for 8 weeks with the left ankle. What they did was alleviate the posterior impingement syndrome. So he's got a syndrome? Yeah, it's called soft. Literally and figuratively. Soft as a player, can't play defense, soft as in fragile. And not that I wish injury on anyone. Do not. Okay? I do not wish injury on anyone whatsoever. But this is a blessing in disguise for the Miami Heat. This is a reminder just in case they were thinking of being dumb and giving him an extension, because he's not worth the extension. So the Heat hopefully we'll be parting ways with Tyler Hero down the line. He is not the future at all. All Year Cooling and Plumbing, man, they are Florida's #1 AC and plumbing service. Extended warranty financing is available. They've got same-day installations, free repair estimates, 7-day-a-week service. They are celebrating 52 years. They started in 73, man, and they've been going strong, over 350,000 satisfied customers. And folks, you can actually call them. You can also go to the website, allyearcooling.com, so you can get a free estimate. Call them 888-204-5554. Tell them that Big O sent you. And, of course, it's from Homestead all the way to Vero Beach. And our friends on the West Coast in Naples, we now have an office there for All Year Cooling. Reach out to them and tell them I sent you. 888-204-5554. All right. Don't forget Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. And you can, of course, send in your questions and comments and complaints and all kinds of good stuff while you send in the donation. Bitcoin is at 113,418. So hanging around the 113 area, hoping they make it to 114. Let's see. Big O, the Dolphins let everybody come to die. Yeah, that's true, actually. Our hopes do die every year with the Dolphins. So, yeah, it's kind of a thing with the Dolphins. They kind of kill hope, too, at the same time. Yeah, it's they're consistent. They're consistent killers. That's for damn sure. They used to have a Tanny kill, so kind of went with it. Pat in Nashville says the 2018 benefited from a very weak schedule. Oh, yeah, that's right. They also had a bunch of backup quarterbacks that year, too. Yes, that's a very good memory on your part. They were 2-3 against teams with winning records that year, of course. I remember that year on the radio, I would tell people Chad Pennington's a good enough quarterback to get you to the playoffs, but not win you any playoff games. So, because he was smart enough not to turn over the ball and the running game, and that's it. He was kind of limited in what he could do. So, yeah. Think Blue Dodgers. If McD drafted his own QB, he would probably still fold against good teams. I think that Zach is like his guy. I don't think it was the front office. I think the front office picked Ewers. I think he picked Zach. When they asked him, who do you want as a backup? I think that was his call. That ego, like, oh, no, I can make him a quarterback and all that kind of crap. You know, which, dude, it's Zach Wilson. Come on, man. What are we doing here? You know, what are we doing here? It's Zach Wilson. Don't forget Caneswear, proud sponsor of our program. We love Brett and all the great people out there, Ken Graff and Jeff and Jack, and just absolutely awesome people out there. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off. I'm actually going to Caneswear after I'm done here. I'm going to go over to Caneswear. I got to go get a hat for my daughter that she wants. And it's actually a really cool Dolphins hat she wants. And a Panthers hat, too. She loves the Panthers. That's her favorite local team. So use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off online or in person. And for those of you online, even if you don't live locally here, if you order over $99, you will get free shipping. What a concept. There you go. Go to caneswear.com and tell them that I sent you. Okay? I promise you they will take care of you. Good people. Dolphin Dave says, Big O, maybe one day we'll have something good to say about the Dolphins. I'm hoping, my brother. I've been at this for 35 years and been a fan since I was a kid, since I was a child. And, you know, I'm dying to get back to better days like I enjoyed when I was a kid in the 70s and the early 80s. That was a fun time. I mean, I think you're somewhere in my neighborhood, right, Dolphin Dave? Forgive me if I made you a little too old, but man, those of us that lived that, and now we got to live this for so long. Wow. Wow. Going to the Orange Bowl with your chest out and knowing you were going to win and knowing that the stadium was going to be rocking and thunderous and loud, and whether it was Greasy or Woodstock or even Marino, early days, it just, man, you just had more. It just, there was respect. There, you were royalty in the league. Wow. It's just, wow. And again, I tell you guys this all the time, that I've done this so long that I see stuff repeat. And I'm watching the Miami Heat the last 10 years turn into the Miami Dolphins. And that's the direction they're going in. And it's sad, bro. Really sad. You watch them now, how they live off their past now a lot on social media and all that. To kind of generate interest and things like that. And it's what the Dolphins have been doing for decades, living off the 70s. A little bit of the 80s, but there's really not much to live off of. But really, it's living off the 70s. And we've lost a lot of those guys too, unfortunately. It's tough, man. It's tough to watch, and it's tough to live it. Dolphin Dave says, yes, I am. I'm 60. Yeah. So you're a year older than I am. You lived it. We lived it. And it's the weirdest feeling. And you know what? Some young Heat fans are feeling that now. The ones that may have lived the early 2000s, maybe even if they're a little older in the 90s, and they lived the early 2000s, and now the last 10 years, and they're like, wow, is this the same franchise that was like top notch, right? And if it continues, then it just becomes kind of like the Dolphins and the Canes. Some people maybe, because the 90s had a gap. That's the problem with the 90s. We had the probation and all that stuff in between the 91 and the 2001 team. We had a lull in there. We went into a valley, remember? And so that's why it wasn't like the run of the 80s into the early 90s that was super dominant. You know what I'm saying? And now the Canes are starting. They're not there yet. When the Canes are back, when they win a national title, by the way. Okay. But we're starting to feel that. Starting. That's not there yet. Again, not there yet. And I certainly don't agree with the people that think that they're back. No. When they're back, they win a national title, and then they are starting to compete and be in the mix for others. That's when I'll tell you the Canes are back. Because you can't be back if you don't win one. Almost doesn't count for the Canes anymore. When you've been there and done it so much, almost is not good enough. Oh, they got to the ACC championship game. They're back. No, they're not. No. That's not back. Back is that you're the best team in the country. And then I'll tell you they're back. That's when they're back. So it's rough for especially us older Dolphin fans, that what we lived earlier and to watch what goes on now, dude, it's night and day. Night and day. Night and day. When you talk to fans of other teams back in the day, it was just immense respect for the Dolphins. Now we're a joke. Absolute joke. It's ridiculous. Don't forget to smash the like button, please. Smash it, and the like button too. Caneswear, I did mention sponsor, but Matthew Tkachuk will be signing autographs on October 8th from 6 to 7:15 p.m. So make sure you mark that down in your calendar. Sal says, Big O, you know how ridiculous you sound with the Herbert Tua scenario. Poll 100 neutral NFL fans who want Tua Herbert. I don't really care about that. That's fine with me, dude. Herbert hasn't won anything ever. He's a phenomenal talent, of course. But all I've ever seen him is choke in big moments. So when he wins something significant, that'll be the first time he actually wins something. So we'll check back with me. Meanwhile, I actually took the best player out of the three. Okay? Because it wasn't Herbert or Tua. It's Tristan Wirfs. So if they listen to me, actually, they take the best player out of the three. We have a left tackle for the next 15 years and an all-pro, all-world tackle. So I don't know, but that's who I wanted personally. Once they took Tua, I know Tua can pass, but I know what you have to do around him, and I kept mentioning it and mentioning it and mentioning it, and they have it, and that's fine. The kid will get ruined, whatever. It is what it is. You know, what are you going to do? I don't really care. Doesn't matter. Neither guy is getting anything done in this place. Oh, by the way, that's the other thing. What's the guy's name? Sal. If you think Herbert was going to win here, bro, I mean, you're king-size stupid. Seriously. You're king-size stupid if you think he's going to win here. You know, no offensive line, no running game, bad offensive coach. Nobody wins here, dude. Nobody wins here. I don't know if you've seen the history, Sal, but nobody wins here. Okay? That's the other thing. He might even be out with some kind of an injury here because he's taken so many shots. He's already suffered injuries there as it is. That's what I love. I love that some of you think that you switch the quarterback, you fix the problem. Man, you're stupid. Seriously, you're stupid. If you haven't fixed the offensive line in the running game, who cares? You will win nothing. Lamar Jackson doesn't win anything, and he has an offensive line, a running game, a tight end, receivers, and he wins nothing. Nothing. Just wins a bunch of games in the regular season. It's up to him now. He gets everything he needs to win, and he doesn't win anything in the playoffs. Nothing. Isn't that interesting? I don't know. You tell me. So the hilarious part is if you think you change the quarterback, like the idiots, they should bench him and start Ewers. So you think Ewers behind this line and this coach is going to do any better? How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? I'm trying to find out how stupid can you be? Anyway. Not comparing Mayfield to our QB this season, but compare the efforts of Mayfield. Does he have Mark Evans? Does he have? It's not Mark Evans. What's Evans' first name? Mike Evans, not Mark. Does he have Mike Evans? 6'5"? I'm just wondering. Does he have that? Because that would help a lot in range. You don't have to be perfect. Does he have the Miller kid, right? I think he's 6'2". In fact, does he have a dedication to the running game like they have? It's hilarious, dude. Let me see where it's at. I did it this weekend. It's funny that you bring up Baker Mayfield because I tweeted about Baker Mayfield while I'm watching the game. And let me, because again, it's apples and oranges. Look at Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. By the way, Frank, you can compare. Okay, Baker Mayfield in Cleveland is Tua in Cleveland. Okay, right here. He's Tua in Cleveland pretty much because, of course, quarterbacks go to die in Cleveland and in Miami. Okay, let me see if I can find it because it was on Sunday a couple days ago. But that's the beauty of the situation that he has there in Tampa compared to the garbage that he had in Cleveland, where they know how to actually complement the quarterback in Tampa and they give him a chance to succeed. They've got shorter receivers, but they don't have tall receivers. Oh, and they use the tight end there too in Tampa. They're dedicated to the running game. They have Ricard and what's the name of that other kid? Bailey or not Bailey, or is it Riley or Duke? Is it Riley? Something. He was their draft pick and he's kicking ass. They got 2 running backs. They throw to their tight end. They got 2 big receivers, and they've got smaller receivers. What does Tua have? Does he have 2 running backs that they use all the time? Do they have a dedication to the running game? Do they have big receivers? Do they use the tight end? There's your question. There's your answer, dude. Make life. Culpepper without Randy Moss, Jake Reed, and who's the other one? Jake Reed, Randy Moss, and what was the other one? There was a third guy, third receiver. Jake Reed, Randy Moss. Rashard White. No, it's the other guy. Bucky Irving. That's it. The 3rd round pick. And they had a third guy. Now I'm Chris Carter. And they all had like this range. You think that it was Culpepper like Mr. Accurate? No. And then they had a big tight end named Jim Kleinsasser. And then they had Robert Smith. How do you think Culpepper was so good over there? You think it's because he was a great quarterback? No, dude, because they complimented him with a mammoth line, an all-world running back, a solid tight end, because Kleinsasser wasn't an all-pro, but he was a solid tight end, a big object, and then 3 receivers that had incredible range. Oh, and by the way, it helped that the coach on the sidelines would tell Culpepper the play within the 15-second mark, and then Culpepper knew where to go right away. Help your quarterback succeed, and then they'll have better success. But if you don't compliment them, this is what happens. So, anyway, let's see. Big O, you need to stop, please. How about Randy Moss running Oakland? Was he even trying? Do you know anything about that? Were you around? Or are you just like talking crap? That guy wasn't even running routes in Oakland. He wasn't even trying in Oakland. He was stealing money in Oakland. That's why they gave him away to the Patriots. You, Derek, you got to know your history. If you're going to play the game here on this platform here, you will get burned, and badly. Okay, know the history before you talk about it. Let's see. I can't wait for Tua to go. I'm with you all the way there. Ray says, how pathetic, the national media out of touch, forgetting what our wedding planner coach has done with the other QB. That's because they don't follow the team. And some of them have a friendship with the guy. So they, it is what it is. What are you going to do? Let's see. Meet My Steak says, this old fart thinks he knows all. Such an angry old man. Yep, that's me. I am definitely angry at the Dolphins. Angry as hell at the Dolphins. And do I know? Yeah, a lot more. I forgot more than you'll ever know. There you go. I'll even back you up on that. I don't think I know. Just look at the track record and the history. You'll see that I'm right, I don't know, 90-something% of the time when it comes to the Dolphins. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No, Shang put Tua can't handle this offense, too much horsepower for his noodle arm.
Oh, yeah, that's
echoing what.
Yeah, that's stupid people say that kind of stuff. Yeah, people that don't know exactly what the hell they're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. I remember when Joe told me that Ndamukong Suh was going to change the defense. And well, I crushed him on that one too. And then he told me that Anthony Fasano would be a good number one tight end. Yeah, sure. He Joe played the game, but he's very fan-like some of you out there. Doesn't really view it like he should, watches it and talks about it like a fan. That's why it works well for him on radio. It's good shtick. You know what I'm saying? Good shtick. But there's none of that is here, bro. This is all brutal honesty. We don't play the shtick game here. Too many on radio play the shtick game. Oh, let me be Mr. Fanboy so I don't insult anybody. We got that too on radio, whatever, bro. To each his own. It is what it is. If you want to believe that, the offense is too much for him. It's like one dumb comment gets repeated by somebody else after another when it comes to the Dolphins. It's really amazing. But hey, man, when even former players are saying stupid stuff, that's going to convince other people to repeat the same stupid stuff. What can I tell you? I was having fun with my boy Hugo out in Spain, and he was wondering about the C.J. Mosley release with the Texans, and why aren't the Dolphins going after him? And then you see the Jets today; they trade for cornerback Jarvis Brownlee, who's a Miami kid, and they swap picks, a 7th for a 6, whatever. It is what it is. The Titans pick up a 6. So that's what they do. They change their 7th for a 6, and they gave up. I don't even know if the kid can help them play or whatever. I don't really care. But the point that I wanted to make to all of you, and I've made it over and over again, watch the entire offseason. Watch what's going on. So many of you want the Dolphins to do this, and you want the Dolphins to do that, and they do none of it. And so they're not going to be giving up any picks. They'll actually acquire picks is what they'd rather do, not give up picks. They're not giving up cap space. Because anybody and everybody I've ever seen in my entire life covering this, when your job is on the line, like supposedly Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel's job is on the line, you risk everything in the future. You trade picks from the future. You trade future money. You do anything and everything to try to save your job. None of that has been done. And so we keep seeing all this stuff, and I keep seeing Dolphin fans that keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe like my boy Hugo. And I tweeted back to him, bro, there is no examples this offseason that they are literally trying to win. And God bless you all out there. I get it. You love the team and you want them to try to win. But they have sent you a message. They tried to send it to Flo years ago about tanking, and message wasn't received. He refused to take that message. Well, this time around, the team's kind of been set up for failure. And because of that coach, it's guaranteed. And the fact that the owner doesn't fire him, I don't know how much more proof you need. They're not committed to winning whatsoever this season. Winning is not even a priority. Why would you keep McDaniel around if winning was a priority? I mean, you're 0-3. You look disastrous. You've lost 2 games that many of you thought they would win. They were supposed to be 2-1, right? Because wasn't everybody talking about how easy of a start it is? Oh, they'll pick up wins here. Oh, that's what I kept hearing from everybody. And I kept saying, sure, this will be a bad season. You prepare yourself. There has been no proof at all. They're not really trying to win. They have done enough to get by, and what they're trying to do is with their draft picks, draft their guys and try to maximize there and try to create something for the future. Because the 3 defensive tackles, it's hard for all 3 of them to play well this season. They're going to have their ups and downs because they're rookies. The rookie left guard, and he's normally a right guard, and they moved him to the left. People are saying, hey, why don't you move him back to the right? No, dude, because this is what they're going to do now. It's going to take him a little while because habitually he's done everything to the right. Now he has to habitually switch everything to the left at the highest level. It's a hell of a switch for Savania. So it's going to take him a little while. All of these things that I don't know why people thought that this was going to be some kind of a seamless transition or something, and that everybody was going to play well and everything was going to fall into place. Nothing has been further from the truth than that. They are not in sync. They are not ready to win. They are super green, very thin, and they constantly have proved all offseason that they are going to do the frugal thing, not the desperate thing. You may think they're desperate because you think, hey, wait a minute, these 2 guys, their jobs are on the line, right? They're done. Well, the owner doesn't see it that way. So whether he's going to get rid of one or both or whatever or none, we'll see. But what I can tell you is if you want to enjoy this season more like I am, okay, don't take it serious. That's what I programmed myself in the offseason going, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. This is going to be a shit year. Okay, all right. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And so these losses, they have not affected me whatsoever. Why? Because I'm not expecting any kind of playoffs. I'm not expecting a winning record. I'm just going to be honest about it. I would hope that you guys would be honest with yourselves about it. But stop trying to create something that's not there. They're not trying to win at all. They're not trying to win. And that's been proven over and over and over and over and over again. Anyway, what else do we have? To be fair, you saw this coming for a while, Big O. Well, I mean, I tried to prepare you all, but I'm a bad guy, remember. I'm a mad guy. I tell you the Canes are going to kick ass, but the Dolphins are, but I'm a mad guy, I just don't BS people, bro. That's all. And sometimes you're not going to hear what you like. And unfortunately with the Dolphins, you're not going to hear what you like. With the Canes, you're going to hear everything that you like. You're going to hear everything that you like with the Panthers. We're going to call it like we see it. That's all. So, smiles on Saturdays, pissed off on Sunday. So, anyway, how many times do we have to tell these people, Big O, just crazy? It's all right. It is what it is. What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? By the way, we are here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. And by the way, got all kinds of deals going on right now. And of course, this episode is brought to you by Subaru of Pembroke Pines. And don't miss incredible offers right now. No payments until 2026 with approved credit. The Crosstrek right now, you can lease it for $197 a month. All-wheel drive, by the way, advanced safety. The Outback, $247 a month, the lease. And financing, 0.9% financing. And remember, mention our name. You will get $500 off here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. All right, Eric, How you doing, my man? You feeling good?
Big O, we're back. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Hockey's around the corner. That's what I'm excited. We got football. We got hockey.
Well, Canes, bro. Canes are kicking ass, dude.
We made it.
Yeah. Are you a Canes guy or are you a Gators Seminole guy?
I'm not as big in college football,
right?
But I am a University of Miami fan, and I know they're number 2 behind Ohio State. And I think
they're looking good.
I think they look good. I think we could actually pull it off this year.
I had them at 11-1 and getting to the ACC championship game. I think they can now win the ACC championship game because I'm looking at the ACC, and if they take care of business in a week against Florida State,
that's gonna be a good game.
That's it. Because they're better than Clemson. Jesus, Clemson's got 3 losses. They got their asses kicked by Syracuse over the weekend. So I feel like Miami is the best team in the ACC right now. Yeah. They're in the driver's seat to win the ACC, and then obviously they'll be in the playoffs, and then they can, take on the big boys. So what we've been waiting for like 20 years now for the Canes, dude, it's finally here.
Yeah, we're good. And they got that new quarterback, right?
Beck. Yeah, Beck is good.
Where did they get him? He transferred
from Georgia.
From Georgia.
Yeah. He doesn't have. He's not the superstar that Cam was,
right?
Because he's a different kind of quarterback. Cam is a freak, and he's athletically different, that he can do different things. But this guy, with what he has complementing him, he can win more than Cam.
What's the best part of the team?
Part of it.
What's the best part of the team right now? Defense?
Offensive line,
and
the defensive line too.
Yeah,
both lines. That's what we don't do with the Dolphins, we do with the Canes.
So important. The line is the most important part of football.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah,
it's everything.
It's everything.
Everything. Your quarterback won't play well. Your running game won't work if you're lining. And if you ain't rushing the quarterback, well, then the guy's going to have a field day. And if you can't stop the run, dude, offense and defensive line is
everything.
Everything, dude. Everything.
And that's why I don't get like we're normal people saying that. Why can't coaches and general managers in the NFL like the Dolphins? If I was a general manager of a football team, all I would do is draft linemen. First round, second round, third round, just draft linemen.
You watch the Eagles?
Exactly.
Every year. They're taking a D and an O lineman.
Yep.
Every year. Yep. And it's smart because the guy you take in the first round, you have him for 5 years. But second and on, you only have them for 4.
Right.
Okay. So, and linemen, especially offensive linemen, a lot of them go after the second round and on, guards and stuff like that. So you got to have a rotation of, you're not going to sign all of them. So you got to keep drafting. So when one is gone, you have a young guy ready to take over for
100%.
him, so you can be paying him a rookie salary for the next 4 years or 5 years, because all 5 of them is impossible to re-sign and keep all of them. It's just not going to happen. So you're going to have, like, they lost their center. He retired, and then they went
Dolphins?
Kelsey. No, the Eagles.
Eagles. And the new guy's good. Yeah,
that's my point.
Yeah.
That's how.
And then
you get it done.
It becomes like a culture. And then Kelsey's training the new guy. Yeah,
dude, Mahomes is a badass.
Yeah,
I was in the car yesterday, and I'm listening to a guy say that Mahomes is not that good anymore.
Stop.
And I'm like, dude, what are you, stupid?
Yeah, stop.
His offensive line sucks.
Yeah, 3 Super Bowls.
His receivers have been a disaster the last couple of years. They're second-rate receivers and guys that have had problems off the field. He has a great tight end, but he's also an aging tight end at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, his defense has been awesome. And when he has an offensive line, he has enough time to actually fight. When he doesn't win.
Yeah,
it's funny that if you don't block for the best quarterback in the league, and I got to hear a guy last night on national radio dissing Mahomes like he's not that good. And it's like, bro, it's not all on him. It's the people around him that have made his life that much more difficult.
Yeah, and we as humans and fans get excited, and we like talking about it, so we overreact.
Always.
It's the second week. They're 0-2. It's
over.
Yeah, it's over.
It's
a
over.
long season.
It's over. So we'll see. We better not go 0-4 this week against the damn Jets.
Oh, buddy, I honestly, I'm being a bad fan. I hope we lose. I hope we don't win a single game.
You just want change?
Yeah, change.
Get
the draft picks, fire everybody.
I got a lot of friends of mine that are like that.
Yeah,
they're like change.
I actually don't want us to win.
I can't root for losses,
Yeah.
but I totally understand fans out there that want losses, dude.
Yeah, it's I'm an emotional fan.
No, I get it.
You know,
I get it. I just
if
don't know.
if we win, I'll be happy. But like, there's a part of me that's just
But
it's
we've
frustrating.
been through,
It's like a relationship.
We've been through all of this, and then we say, "Oh, okay, we'll get the draft picks and all that," and nothing ever really gets better.
Yeah,
no matter what.
Yeah.
So until you get the right combination of people in here,
Yeah, you look at the draft where they drafted Tua and all the other quarterbacks. It's like Justin Herbert was there, Jalen Hurts was there. There's so many. I was looking at a picture the other day.
but again, we don't run Jalen Hurts offense, so
Yeah.
he would not succeed here.
Yeah, true.
You have to run and you have to dominate on the line. For Jalen Hurts is not a very good. Tua kicked Jalen Hurts' ass out of Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Why? Because Tua had a line and a running game. He could do his deal.
But
that's our problem here. Our problem here is we don't block, we don't run, we don't protect the quarterback, and we got a terrible offensive coordinator.
The talent aspect, like the skill of a quarterback, is only 50% of the job.
Exactly.
The other part of the job is leadership, mindset, culture,
and the talent around you.
Tua might be better, have a better arm than Jalen Hurts, but Hurts is a leader. Man.
Accurate.
No, he's a leader.
No, Jalen has a better arm strength.
Yeah.
But Tua has better accuracy than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have Jalen Hurts' offensive line. He doesn't.
Oh, that offensive line.
He doesn't have that running back there. Yeah. The best running back in the NFL. Yeah. It's like, you know what I mean? Like Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts have the two best running backs in the NFL behind them. Yeah. You know,
that helps.
Of course that helps. When Tua had talent, he won a national title, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. If you don't look at we just talked about this before you were here. Look at Baker Mayfield in Tampa and look at him in Cleveland.
What a story. Yeah.
And look at him in Cleveland.
Perfect example.
You don't it's not like he's
how about Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, and look at Minnesota. Every quarterback that goes to Minnesota
does well.
Plays well because of Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to coach, bro. I mean, if Allen doesn't do a great job here coaching up everybody, you're not number one kicking ass in the Southeast United States.
Hey, now that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Leadership is
important.
It's super important, dude.
The boat goes.
You should know with your dad and you and you know and this business.
Absolutely.
You know how it is. Yeah. You know, you got to have leadership, dude. Yep. You're in a leadership position yourself. So
boat goes as fast as the captain. That's it.
It's the way it goes, dude. You know,
with everything.
So what's the latest with the Outback, my brother? Because we got some deals going on right now.
Yeah, we got the Outback. The lease specials are extremely aggressive. They're leasing for as low as $247 a month. We have a huge inventory of Outbacks, huge inventory of Crosstreks. I think the base Crosstrek right now you could get our lease specials $197 a month. Wow. That you touched on. With $3,995 down, some money down, but it's
damn reliable.
Subaru's getting very aggressive with their programs. You got rates as low as 0.9 on some of these cars, so the programs are there, the inventory's there. I think what people always want to know what's the best time to buy, what's the best time to buy a house, best time to buy a car. It is a good time to buy a Subaru right now. The programs are very aggressive. And you got the inventory, so
I would take advantage too because I think things won't be as smooth in 2026. So I would take advantage now. Plus, by the way, you have no payments till 2026.
Yes.
That's going into the holiday season. You got your new vehicle. At least you got to worry about the presents and the parties and all that other stuff, and you don't have to worry about the car payments till January, and I think that's actually a really, really cool thing that Subaru is doing.
Yeah, no payments till 2026 on all retail purchases.
Yeah,
that helps.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. I mean that alleviates a lot of the load, especially here over the next 3 months when we've got a lot of responsibilities.
Yep.
To end the year. What else do we have going on? What else are we cooking here at 16100 Pines Boulevard?
Oh, I like how you said that. That was a good one, Big O. Yeah, we're taking orders for 2026 models.
Okay.
You got the 2026 Outback. They just opened up orders on that. It's a completely redesigned car. Can't wait to get these cars here.
When you start getting the 2026?
So right now they're order only. If you order it today, we're expecting them December to January.
Okay.
And then we're also taking orders on the 2026 Crosstrek. What's exciting with those is you could get the hybrid, Crosstrek hybrid, which we never had before. Actually, I lied. They used to make a hybrid Crosstrek, but you could only purchase them on the West Coast of the United States. So we, on this side, were never able to sell Crosstrek hybrids. Now we can.
By the way, a lot of Subarus built here in America.
Yeah.
Folks. So very important, just in case, because obviously tariffs make a bit of an impact sometimes.
Yeah, little trick to the trade, at least with I can only speak for Subarus. I think maybe other Japanese makes. I'm not sure. But if you look at the VIN number, if the VIN starts with a J, it was made in Japan. So J for Japan. If the VIN does not start with a J, that's, it was made in the States.
There you go.
Some people are particular with it. I have folks who, everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Some people don't care. They like the car. They like the car.
Yeah, you got people who don't care. Which honestly, that's it's the quality and the build of the car is exactly the same. But you have folks who don't care where it's built. You got folks who they only want one that's built in Japan for whatever reason, and you got folks who only want ones that are built here.
I get it.
My line is everybody's different, right?
Yeah, no, of course.
We're just here to help and assist, and
it's America, bro. You're supposed to pick whatever you want, dude.
Yep. It's a beautiful thing.
Whatever you want. To me, in the end, I think somebody's going to get a car. It's because they like the car. Period.
Yep.
And if they get especially a Subaru, it's so damn reliable. It's such a solid vehicle.
Such a good car.
Yeah, it's
such a good car.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So you know why you're getting the Subaru.
Yeah.
So if it's built in Japan or here, but in this case, I just want to remind folks that they're mostly. I want to say, I don't want to say everyone, right?
What's that?
Subarus. I want to say mostly, right? Not
mostly what.
Built here. I don't want to say everyone, right?
It depends on the model.
Right. That's right. I don't want to say everyone. I want to say
not
mostly.
Everyone. Yeah.
So, make sure, because just in case you see one that isn't, hey, O's lot.
Yeah, Big O said that. Yeah. Disclaimer.
Yeah. Most.
We live in a world of disclaimers now, right?
Oh, yeah, I know.
And everything's clipped and recorded, and yeah. I got
I just want to make sure that people understand that mostly, you know what I mean? But again, it's just one of those things. For me, I'm going to get a car because I love the car.
Yeah, it's a great car. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever purchase a non-all-wheel drive car again. I need an all-wheel drive car.
Well,
I feel so much safer.
That's my
especially
next
with
car.
The rain and you feel so much more stuck to the road and secure. And all our cars are all-wheel drive except for the BRZ. But yeah, I love all-wheel drive cars. Huge fan of all-wheel drive cars.
Well, I will experience that now coming up because I've always had a car and it's not all-wheel drive.
Yeah, you feel it.
But I'm getting a truck because that's my next vehicle, and it'll definitely be all-wheel drive. Do we have any news on the Trail Seeker or the
electric car you like?
Yeah.
Nothing yet. No orders open yet. But
I'm just dying to see it here.
Yeah, I'd imagine we're gonna get those cars somewhere probably like second quarter next year.
Okay.
If I had to guesstimate.
Okay.
But orders aren't open as of yet.
Can't wait.
Yeah, once I get that car here, I'm gonna call you. You're gonna be the first person I call.
Oh, I can't wait.
You bring up that Trail Seeker every time I see you.
I want to take a cruise because I'm gonna get my truck next year. There's no doubt in my mind.
I wish Subaru made a pickup truck. If Subaru made a pickup truck,
that's interesting.
We would freaking kill it. And a lot of folks ask for it. I don't know why.
How come they haven't made us? That's
I don't.
You
know
what? Now that you bring it up,
right?
Wow, I never thought of that.
I mean, a long time ago they had that Baja, but that was like a baby, like mini truck. I'm talking about like a truck, a mid-size, full-size pickup truck.
Yeah,
they don't want to get into that segment. That's a whole different segment and market. Every time I meet with these like Subaru corporate guys that come visit the dealership, sometimes I always bring it up.
But they're built to make one of those.
I know. If we had a freaking pickup truck, we would kill it.
Yes,
everybody. Yeah,
I agree. I agree that a Subaru pickup truck would be incredibly popular, bro, because you already know it's a car you can beat up and it lasts forever.
Yep.
So they're like, okay, dude, I'll get a Subaru work truck.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It aligns with the brand.
It aligns with, dude. People love off-roading and all that kind of stuff with Subarus because they can, count on them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
like you got the wilderness packages that you saw.
Yeah.
The wilderness package you got in the Outback and the Crosstrek. and the Forester. And it's pretty much bigger tire. It's more made for off-roading, higher ground clearance, beefed up, bigger tires. Imagine like a pickup truck wilderness package.
I know,
it would be so cool.
Actually,
I get excited talking about
it.
I have a dream.
I might buy one of those like that, like with an extra cab in the back. So because you got to have a little extra space. So just in case you got to take a couple extra people.
Me and you will manifest it if we keep talking about it. Maybe we'll manifest.
It would look badass too.
Yeah.
I can just. Yeah, you could just picture it. That Subaru
big tires, high ground clearance, the all-wheel drive, the
wilderness
logo.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it would look
the Alpine green color.
Yeah, that would
some mud on it.
Well, it's going to end up with mud one way or another. That's for damn sure. So, what else we got going on?
Yeah, that's it. We need help selling these cars. We got plenty of inventory. It's a phenomenal time to get a car, phenomenal time to get a Subaru, and we're off Dykes Road, Subaru Pembroke Pines. Ask for Eric, and we would be glad to help and assist. It's a great dealership, great place to buy a car. I love working here. I love all the salespeople I work with. It's a great environment.
Yeah, definitely.
I do
very
everything
loose
I can.
Environment.
I do everything I can to get away from the stigma.
Right. Well, you guys are not
at
even
all
close to it.
At all.
Super kick, laid back, and everything here.
Yeah.
So that's that you have achieved. Alan and the boys have achieved that here. And again, no payments till 2026. Remember, mention our name. You will get $500 off. So you come on out here, you see Eric and say, hey, Big O says I get $500 off. So if you're buying or leasing a vehicle, take advantage of that. Seen any new movies? I haven't
read my mind.
The last couple of weeks, I just haven't been attracted to a lot of movies.
All right,
so I haven't gone.
All right, so this is what I did. I saw Caught Stealing.
Oh, is it good? Because that one's still out. I can see
Loved it.
Really?
Go see it.
Okay.
So that's Darren Aronofsky directed that.
Okay.
So he did The Whale with Brendan Fraser.
I think I could take my.
He did Requiem for a Dream.
I think it's still in South Beach. I can go to the South Beach one.
Easy movie, fun movie, not too long. Loved it. You would love it. When you see it, text me.
Okay, I will.
And then I just finished Alien, the movie Alien.
Of course.
There's a series that that just came out. It's called Alien Earth.
Okay.
It's on FX. I just finished that. It's a series.
Is it any good?
It's good. It's good, not phenomenal.
Okay.
It started when I first started. I got hooked. I was really into it, and last night was the finale. It was good. It was good.
You know what I am looking forward to, because the others weren't impressive, but this one actually looks good. The Tron Arius.
Oh, that looks cool. That's fun. Yeah,
because the other Tron sucked.
Yeah, I like the other Tron.
No, I'm talking about the original.
The old
original.
One.
The old one wasn't good. The new one was all right, but this one,
it looks cool.
This one actually looks like it's going to be the badass one.
Is it 3D? They're doing it. The effects
I don't
look crazy.
think so.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm not
Disclaimer.
sure, but I think it's just called Tron Arius.
Yeah,
and it looks badass.
Yeah,
that one.
looks fun.
That one excites me. When I see the other ones, it wasn't like, so I'm hoping it doesn't let me down, bro. So, there you go. All right, man.
Big O, thank you.
You're the best.
You're the
Appreciate
best.
you.
Good seeing you.
All right, Eric Stampone. Come on out here. When you come on out here to Subaru Pembroke Pines and see Eric, tell him that I sent you. They'll take care of you and give you $500 off here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. All right. Let's see. Harvey, yes, the Finns organization is that. That is, let's see. Ray says, wonder what new cars they will have in the auto show this weekend. Hope to see some future cars that are coming soon. God, I was so disappointed when I went to the auto show. I think it was last year or the year before, and it was so small. I hadn't been there in years, and it is so smaller than it used to be in the convention center. What a shame, dude. What a shame. And I love the auto show. I used to love the auto show. And man, very, very disappointed how small it was and how few cars there were there. And then that other part of the auto show that has like all the things that they sell, accessories and all kinds of stuff. It was very like tiny, and that used to be another big ass section and all that. And my fault, because I hadn't been to the auto show in a few years. I didn't realize how much it had shrunk from 20 years ago and 30 years ago and stuff, 15 years ago maybe. It's crazy, dude. Like, the auto show is a fraction of what it used to be. That's the only thing that let me down a little bit from that one. Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. Appreciate you all out there as always. All right. What else do we have? So you told me, you broke my heart. I'm not going to be able to watch one Marlins game this year because they're not making the playoffs. Okay. All right. That lets me down. By the way, the Dolphins signed offensive lineman Roy Mbeketa, I want to say, and Kadeem Teffert to the practice squad, adding a couple of pieces there since they've had some injuries. Darren Waller, as we told you, will play this week. He'll have some limitations on the snaps, so it'll be situational, as they say. Storm Duck and Richard Marshall are not expected to play. They didn't practice. Iffy did practice, so he's not iffy, and he's going to play with the calf injury, so he's coming back. And I think that's about it. I don't know if you see anything new from the Dolphins coming through there on the Twitter feeds there. If there's anything new outside of that, that's it. How about the Rockets losing Fred VanVleet? It's a hell of a loss for them, dude. ACL, it says could miss the season. I guess it happens so early. There's a chance that he might be, for the playoffs. I'm sure they'll make the playoffs, but they'll be a low seed. I don't know if you want to risk that, dude. How about, by the way, how about the Aces and the Fever? The Fever tied with the Aces 1-1 in that series without Caitlin Clark, dude. That's impressive. That is impressive. Some of the basketball notes out there. Bam's girl, Asia, had 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 steals, and 2 blocks. If only. If only. If only. All-wheel drive up north is a must. I would imagine, Jeremy, you guys dealing with the snow and stuff, I would imagine that up north you got to have the all-wheel drive. Ooh, there you go. Nice job. The big E. And let me get the bracelets lined up the right way. There you go, folks. Get your Big E strong bracelets. Support our guy, Big E, who is going through a cancer fight. And he just got out of chemotherapy. And we're hoping that he can get that transplant. That is the next step for Big E. Support Ian there, right there. You see how you can get your bands and support Big E. This is like one of the best human beings on the planet. Seriously, just they don't get better. I wish I could be half the person that Big E is. You know what I mean? And it'll never happen. I'm too old already. I'll be 59 and what is it now? In a week, actually, exactly a week, I'll be 59. And I'll never be half the person that Big E is. This is one of the truly special individuals on Mother Earth. And we want to keep him around for a long time. So do your part, help him out, help the family out. They've got to deal with a lot of medical issues, medical bills, and you can do your part and wear it proud, baby. Wear it proud. Big E strong. That's what it's all about. Ian, much love, my brother. We're in your corner, bro. Every single day, man. Let's see. What else do we have here? Ragin says it takes an owner with Super Bowl that sucks over one that sucks that has none, no matter how we got him. This franchise isn't going anywhere, says Lenny, till they get rid of Chris Greer. Ross wants to keep him around for what? I don't know what reason. The guy has been a mediocre GM at best. But what about if he didn't hire McDaniel and he was forced to work with him? I'm just wondering, what if? Because this is really weird. It just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. You know? And as I've talked about it, we're talking about the same owner that was meddling, getting Harbaugh and meddling with Peyton and Brady and meddling and extending Philbin for no reason. This is who we're talking about. The guy that, some people claim he doesn't meddle, but he meddles. He meddles. So how do we know? That's the only thing that I'm just not willing to go all out like that until I kind of know what the hell's going on. And like I told you, we're going to find out this offseason. We're going to find out, because if McDaniel's gone and Greer stays, then that tells me all I need to know, that was not Greer's pick. And when he said this offseason, sometimes I listen to my coaches too much. Why would he say that? Just, there's a lot of stuff, Ray, that I just have a problem putting it together like that and just saying and passing with one broad brush like everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, because just this is the ball that's rolling down the hill and it's just getting momentum, So it is what it is. True Fin Fan says this fan base can be pathetic and delusional. I bet you there are fans who think Darren Waller is going to make a difference. Wake up, Miami. This is a sinking ship that's 2 inches from going under. Yep, that's it. That is true. Pat in Asheville says, I'm just waiting for Daniel Day-Lewis' first film since 2017 in October. Best actor in the world, period. He is a great actor. He is a phenomenal actor, bro. Phenomenal actor. Oh, man. All right. Let me do a little music there, Sean. All right. Let's get into it. We always give you a little love on the music side. And let's start off with musicians born on this date. All right, here we go. Peter Salisbury from the band The Verve. He is the drummer, born in 1971. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays today. Kind of a light list so far from what I'm seeing. Linda McCartney, obviously wife of Paul and was part of Wings, born in 1942. We lost her back in 98 due to breast cancer, unfortunately. She was born in 42. Who else? Wow, that is it for musicians. Wasn't really a strong list today. Let's go with other famous people celebrating birthdays. Remember, if I don't give you the age, that means they are no longer with us. Like Supreme Court Chief Justice John Marshall, born in 1755. World Golf Hall of Fame member Tommy Armour, born in 1894. Puppeteer Jim Henson, born in 1936. Writer F. Scott Fitzgerald, born in 1896. TV commentator Lou Dobbs, born in 1945. Hall of Famer for the Steelers and former Dolphins coach Mean Joe Green, born in 46. He is 79 today. Never call him mean. I know him personally. Don't call him mean. Coach Green, Joe, Mr. Green, don't call him mean. Just so you'll know, doesn't like being called mean. If you ever meet him, respect. Don't call him mean. Comedian actor Phil Hartman, born in 48. Actor Kevin Sorbo, born in 58. He is 67. Celebrity chef Robert Irvine, born in 65. He is 60. Musician Sean Crahan from Slipknot, born in 69. He's 56. Wasn't on that other list. Let's see. Actor Jackie Sandler, born in 74. He's 51. Can't touch that one. He's got it. TV personality Ross Matthews, born in 79. He's 46. Former gymnast Paul Hamm, born in 82. He's 43. And actor Joe Locke, born in 2003. He is 22. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers born on this date? I know you have one, that's for sure.
Yes, sir. Bison Smith was born on this date in 1973. Christopher Nowinski turns 47 today. Fallon Henley, she is 31. I almost said Henry. Harley Hudson turns 23. Lynn Rossi, born on this date in 1929. Shane Thorne turns 40. Sonia Deville, she is 32. And the newly announced 2026 WWE Hall of Famer, Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, she turns 49. Those are your birthdays for September 24th, 2025.
There you go. I was the one that was on the list. Stephanie McMahon was the one. And I picked up on that and I said, yeah, I don't think that one belongs with my man over there. So there you go. You got it done. Luis Herrera, I agree. DDL, great actor. My favorite films are There Will Be Blood and Last of the Mohicans. That's a classic, Last of the Mohicans. Ray says, I know it's a long movie, but There Will Be Blood is definitely worth the watch, and it doesn't even feel like a near 3-hour movie, and how well Daniel Day-Lewis played his character. He's just phenomenal. Gangs of New York. It's a good one. It's a good one. I like that. Anthony Kyle Campbell says Stephanie McMahon can get it. I guess she's hot. Oh, from 2000 to 2003, she was hot. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't even know how she looks. So I have no idea or anything like that. So I couldn't get in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Just, no. Unfortunately. What is it? I worked on the Last of the Mohicans in college. Daniel Day-Lewis is very nice. Cool experience. Wow. Very cool. Yeah. Oh, do you play football? Fantasy football? Not anymore. Used to. I did it for, God. I stopped about a few years ago. About 3-4 years ago, I stopped. But I was playing for decades, dude. So, yeah, I started back when we had to wait for Monday's paper to get all the stats, and then I would put all the newsletter together and then mail it out. So yeah, I played, from the 80s, late 80s, all the way till 3-4 years ago, and then I stopped. Yeah, I used to love fantasy, man, big time. I had to fight people at QAM so I can talk fantasy back in 20-something years ago. 30 years ago. Yeah, it was about 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I was battling the program director and the owner or the GM of the station and all that. The GM of the station got involved because I was like, you people don't know what you're talking about. Fantasy football is going to be enormous. This is like 30 years ago. And they're like, no, it's narrowcasting. It's not broadcasting. Well, here we are, what can I tell you? It is what it is. Some of us can see what's going on and some of us can't. And I was working with people that definitely couldn't see a damn thing that was on the road ahead for our business. Yeah. What are you going to do? Anyway. All right. Time to wrap it up here on the show. We thank Alan, of course, GM here at Subaru Pembroke Pines. He does amazing work, and we appreciate him and his support. Eric, of course, for taking the time and joining us. We thank Sean Stanley, always getting it done here. We thank all of you who tuned in and give us a like, support our show, visit our amazing sponsors, made a donation. Appreciate you all out there. We will see you tomorrow. What are we? Tomorrow morning, right? Yeah, tomorrow is just a regular studio day, right? So we'll be back tomorrow in studio, 10 a.m. Friday, we're at across the street. We're at Acura Pembroke Pines. So if you want to visit us, we'll be out there at 10 a.m. on Friday. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.